It is exactly 8 p.m. Thank you so much for watching UBC News Tonight. My name is Sharon Chomdisha, coming to you live from the Now Avenue. Thank you so much once again for watching. Now in UBC News Tonight, Vice President Major Jessica Lupo has commended the Manifesto Implementation Unit for programs and engaging different stakeholders in the implementation of the NRM Manifesto. Vice President Lupo made the remarks at a retreat of district leaders of Northern Uganda at the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi. The Director Manifesto Implementation Unit Office of the President, Willis Bashaha, said the hybrid contracting framework has affected areas of health centers and seed schools with contractors abandoning work.
Northern Uganda district leaders have completed a retreat organized by the Manifesto Implementation Unit with a call of monitoring government programs for proper service delivery. The Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, commended district leaders for their campaign against corruption with the recent recovery of parish development model funds.
We should endeavor to continue fighting corruption so that the intended beneficiaries of programs of government services benefit from what government has planned for them. It is an area which has remained sticking at the local government level, at the central government level, at the level of technical people, at the level of politicians, but is an area where we need to resolve and say, as per the principle of NRM of zero tolerance to corruption, let's put it on the ground.
The Vice President asked the local leaders to continue speaking for government on occasions and sensitize the masses about government programs on different channels for proper implementation of the NRM Manifesto 2021-2026.
And I would like to encourage you to continue being on the radio to articulate programs of government, progress of implementation of the manifesto. I would like to appeal to Ndugu Bashasha to, on a case-by-case basis, avail these officers of the district information for dissemination to public so that they speak from an informed point of view with both the statistics but also other messages.
Alupo advised district leaders to desist from absenteeism from their districts despite challenges.
That where we have been assigned to be, let's be there for the sake of the people. However hard and difficult it is, let's be there for the sake of the people. Because you are the pillars through which government messages reach the people. And you are actually the ones who help the people, who guide the people about the history of the country as you speak to them.
The Director, Manifesto Implementation Unit, Office of the President, Willis Bashasha, echoed a challenge of stalling projects and asked for more intervention by government.
The first one has been the hybrid contracting framework. This is where one contractor is always given more than almost 6 contracts, and this has affected areas of the health center 3 policy where we pledged we should have a health center 3 per sub-county, and also the seed schools. These are World Bank funded projects, and from the information that was coming through was that this is the negotiation that was agreed on and even taken to cabinet for ratification.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture, General David Kasura Chomukama, said the ministry's focus is to import more tractors to increase production.
We have committed ourselves to tractorization, and as you've heard, I think we have imported several tractors. Already we have distributed more than 200 tractors to various people, to various farmer groups. We are importing more because mechanization is the way to go. Appropriate mechanization.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
In more stories, over 200 youth from the opposition parties Forum for Democratic Change FDC and National Unity Platform NUP in Ankole sub-region have crossed to the NRM party and ready to support General Mhozi Kainerugaba, who they refer to as the light of their dream. They were received by the National Vice Chairperson MK Movement Balam Barugahara at an event held in Bara City. Take a look.
Close to 200 former Forum for Democratic Change and National Unity Platform supporters in Ankole sub-region have crossed to the National Resistance Movement organization. The defectors were led by the former Forum for Democratic Change youth delegate for Ukongere district, Kohas Ahimbisiwe.
I decided to join the MK movement for one or three things. One, MK is a nonsense man. Two, I know he's going to fight corruption. The way you see this scandal of the Mabati, that what is happening. I believe in MK movement, it is not going to happen.
Of course, they were misguided by opposition leaders, so they have been there supporting FDC and NUP. But today, willingly, they have come really to join MK movement.
At this event held in Mbara City, the MK Movement Vice Chairperson for Western Uganda, Balam Barugahara, received the team.
And we have warmly welcomed them to the movement, to the MK movement.
These youth are now looking at both employment and better future from the NRM party.
The reason why I came to the MK movement, it is one, I want MK to look into the youth. When he's saying that he's going to put his support in the youth, for example, when you go to Centenary Bank today, they will say, you will say that you want a loan. They will give you a loan, but they will say, do you have a land title? Do you have a land agreement? Absolutely, you as a youth, we don't have that. So we are saying, MK, if you are coming out as the next president, what you can do for us, it is one. We need to have that money without interest.
We don't have money. If they are targeting money, we do not have money. But if they want to work for the good of the country, if they want to be part of the struggle, let them join us. This is a sensible struggle. It is a struggle worth it to invest time in. It's not like the other struggles where you burn tires. We have never burnt a tire. And we always notify police wherever we are heading.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
According to the police, Edward was driving to Entebbe along the Entebbe Expressway and was about to exit the Impala toll station, where he suddenly lost control of his vehicle, crashing into barriers there. A tweet by Nation Group says NTV is saddened to announce the passing of our journalist, Edward Muhumuza, in a car accident. Our hearts go out to his family and friends, and may his soul rest in eternal peace, the tweet reads. A statement released by the Entebbe Expressway management indicated that the accident happened today morning at 7:30 a.m. Now we have registered a fatal accident today morning, 25th of March 2023 at around 7:30 a.m. involving one occupant who police identified as Mr. Muhumuza Edward, a staff of NTV Uganda, the statement reads. The occupant was exiting the express highway and was opposite the Impala toll station. Our intervention team, together with Entebbe police, have confirmed that the victim was at a high speed when he lost control of the vehicle. The statement further read. Very big blow to the media fraternity, but we pray that the Lord strengthens NTV family, his family and friends. Moving on from that, we'll take the government, I beg your pardon, and the private sector have been urged to stop the narrative that women are only consumers of digital and technology, to support them to be owners and content creators to uplift their visibility in digital and technology space. While speaking during the Women and Media Symposium 2023, the gender and social development expert Christine Mbutegwa said only less than 5% of venture funding goes to women-led startups in digital and technology space.
Women in Media and the Uganda Media Women Association have celebrated the Women's Day during this Women's Month through recognizing the long-serving ladies, women in leadership and mentors, women in innovation, women who have been resilient, and investigative journalism.
It's going to take us 131 years from today to reach gender parity. But do we give up? No, we don't. we re-strategize.
Grow from not only reporting for the several media houses that employ us, but we own these platforms that we grow these brands.
Margaret Sentamo from Mama FM has served in the media for about 30 years. She was recognized for outstanding efforts and dedication.
We need to be intentional to bring on board the young people. And I think we've been trying to do that. And for that matter, I would like to thank each one of you, particularly the young people. Please come and fill these spaces.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation's television news editor Nalongo Bukira Rose, Doreen Ndezi, manager UBC Radio, and Hajat Rehema scooped awards from the category of long-serving ladies in the media. Sarah Mawerere from UBC Radio was recognized for mentoring young journalists. Gloria Lake Ashiro Adiki was awarded under the frontline reporting category and recognized for reports during the LRA insurgency in northern Uganda.
People have moved on, but when you have that passion, interest, mentorship in you to actually groom the upcoming, you make it.
Like a reporting from Gulu, the LRA rebels have attacked and massacred residents in Atiak. So that was my first story.
The celebrations focused on visibility of women in the media, in the technology and digital space, where experts recommend upholding the freedom and exposure plus digital human rights.
For example, the proportion of women in STEM-related occupations is only 15%. Women, therefore, have enormous barriers to becoming owners, decision makers, and content creators in the digital space.
Online gender violence against women in media hinders their online reporting, hence self-censorship. There is no provision in law to counter online GBV.
Safety for female journalists therefore continues to be a major concern, and it silences women in the media, in public debate, where their stories, their perspectives, their expert knowledge are already underrepresented.
There is, however, a challenge of privacy and data protection in the use of technology and digital space.
An important journalist, know you're one of the key targets of the state. We have the Regulation of Interception of Communications Act that requires telecommunication companies to install software and hardware that enables easy and real-time interception of your communication. So be very careful with your data protection and privacy.
Other issues emphasized are to ensure economic empowerment for women in media. However, this requires them to change their mindset and allow diversification.
Much more to be done in terms of increased awareness creation on gender equality among media practitioners, increasing access to and use of
ICT. Change your mindset, and whatever opportunity or passion you have, you make some little money.
I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugemwa in Kampala.
Now, the residents and leaders of the Simbwa zone in Kansanga Machinje division have appealed to the Kampala City Authority to help them to collect garbage, which has become a problem and is likely to cause cholera and other diseases. Residents made these remarks while embarking on the Cleaning the Community in Awe Yonje campaign.
Kansanga is one of the most populated areas in Machinje division, accommodating both Ugandans, Eritreans, Somalis and South Sudanese. However, according to residents, the problem of poor hygiene in the area is increasing due to congestion and late collection of garbage by KCCA. This has forced the Eritrean citizens, together with the leaders and residents of Kansanga in Simbwa zone, to take up the task of cleaning up the community by collecting garbage. The area chairman, Iga Samuel Chisache, and Councillor Nalwada Sar condemns residents for dumping garbage almost everywhere.
Because we have a lot of garbage in the area. People are dropping garbages in the drainage spaces. They drop garbages to neighborhoods. So
oli atudde wanafumba wanochi oli afuka wali oli wandula wali wano waliwo kasasiro ng'atokota naye nga teyeefiirayo.
The chairman of the retail comment and Kansanga, Yamego, said they have decided to work with the residents to clean up their area to fight poor hygiene.
We make this health is the main factor to live. So in Eritrea we have the culture making this always.
We are interacting in the society, and this is part of our duty. As long as we are here, we should interact, and this is one of the methods of interacting.
Nabala Stanley from KCCU Weyonje said the problem of narrow roads is also making it difficult for them to reach some areas to collect garbage.
They are the problems. We go to them and we encourage them to manage the garbage by collecting them in a sacks, so that once the vehicle comes, they can carry it where the vehicle is. But still, much as the vehicle can come, they still fail to carry that garbage where the vehicle is.
He assured the residents that KCCA will continue to educate residents on how to collect garbage without dumping them into the trenches. Story compiled by Joseph Mwingo for UBC News.
The Executive Secretary of Intergovernmental Authority on Development, Dr. Gebe, has said that Uganda will soon host a food security hub for the IGAD member states. Gebe made the remarks during an interview with UBC News crew, where he addressed a number of topical issues that IGAD has carried out, mainly on peace and security. Take a look.
In the move to address food security in the IGAD region, the Executive Secretary of Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, has disclosed that Uganda will soon host a food hub in the region.
Now, more than 32 million people of the region is in this challenge, the food deficit. So we are mobilizing resources for this, and also we are establishing a food security institution here in program here in Uganda, Kampala, which is the support from the World Bank of $25 million US. So that Kampala is going to be a hub for food security researches.
Dr. Wakni Gebe made the remarks during a media interview in Kampala. This is part of his regional tour on peace and security situation in the region. He explains that, though there are some challenges in peace and security in the region, member states are working tirelessly to resolve the issue.
The Ethiopian internal conflict has stopped by signing a cessation of hostilities. For this also, the leaders from the region, including President Museveni, has played very instrumental role. They were continuously communicating with the leaders of Ethiopia. They were encouraging for peace. In terms of peace and security, we are better than yesterday. We are better than yesterday. Last year at this time, there was a kind of, mistrust. The people, the countries, for example, Kenya and Somalia, they don't, want to talk. And Djibouti and Somalia, there was, kind of disagreement and all these things. Now, the house is in order. So we are better than yesterday.
With the diverse effects of climate change and extended dry spells in the region, Gebeye noted that mechanisms have been put in place for early detection of disasters.
As IGAD, the most important thing we do is early warning. We have state-of-the-art prediction mechanism in Nairobi, Kenya. This is the only regional organization which have this. So we will warn our member states what is going to happen, the next 10 months or 1 year. So we'll give that accurate data to our member states, including the Republic of Uganda. That's one thing that we will do. The other thing is mobilizing resources on this area, training the experts, in this area. And also, most importantly, if this thing is going to the drought, for example, which I mentioned to you, 32 million of the people of this region is food insecure, and some of them are now still, for example, in Kenya, in Ethiopia.
IGAD was established by the regional leaders 37 years ago, and its aim was to maintain peace and security by resolving critical challenges. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom Voice Bundles that don't expire. Dial *100 *21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
This is our family's pride.
This is my friend.
This is the future of our nation.
She is the future of Uganda, and the policies I enact today will protect her from teenage pregnancy.
She is the hope of our community, and I will talk to others about how we must protect her.
She is our family's pride, and I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Their support meant so much to me. I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sawuti 116.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well, we have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
Ton Ferra, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
With God, comfort replaces pain. Peace replaces confusion. Hope replaces sorrow. God loves you and knows you personally. He hears you and speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Come hear the words God has for you. Watch the General Conference on Sunday, 2nd of April.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with Master. Those ones who say go to for you only. Mundava. First group is I teach you. When I go to the school, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's just you. What about? Yeah? Stay with your needs. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refused to give you enough meat. Show him that they don't joke with you.
okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching UBC News Tonight on the 25th of March 2023 with me, Sharon Chomdeshe. In our business stories, SNV, a non-profit international development organization in partnership with Ministry of Energy, Private Sector Foundation Uganda and Makerere University have organized a 5-day efficient energy expo in Fort Portal City. The expo that has attracted exhibitors from across the country, seeks drive the uptake clean energy and energy efficient technologies in order to protect the environment and improve livelihoods.
Eco-friendly energy solutions for homes, schools and for the farms are being showcased here. This improved biomass stove and the mini electric cooker are some of the key innovations that the partners are promoting, especially for home use.
The women are not as represented in terms of access to information, access to resources, and yet they are the ones that need these technologies that save energy the most, to save their time and to save cost.
Bridging the awareness gap in respect to energy efficiency solutions is key in catalyzing energy efficiency markets in Uganda, argues Kalanzi Simon, the Commissioner Energy Efficiency at the Ministry of Energy.
As witnessed here in this very expo, Equity Bank is here to provide resources to the vendors and also the consumer, to connect both that the service is provided and escalated all over the country, but this knowledge gap is been missing across the vendors themselves and the consumers. So we are really happy when we have support from SNB coming in to bridge this gap.
The Embassy of Sweden in Uganda has set aside €2 million for the Inclusive Markets for Energy Efficiency in Uganda project, focusing on the demand and supply sides, says Fomolo Mafosa, the country director, SNV. Small and medium enterprises from across the country are encouraged to apply for the Energy Efficient Market Development Facility. Successful applicants will get a financial support ranging from €10,000 to €200,000.
And that fund is going to enable a number of actors, first the SMEs, to actually ensure that there's awareness raising, ensure that they're actually reaching the most underserved. They're also ensuring that they're reaching the last mile in terms of energy efficiency technologies. We've seen beautiful technology which are energy saving stoves. We've seen solar products, but then we are saying how can they reach the last mile? How can they go deep into the communities?
A catalytic grant targeting schools, institutions and households is also available to promote innovations that save energy.
If I give an example of the tea sector, for instance, because that is one of the sectors that we are working within, you find that there's a lot of fire that is being burnt in order to produce and process tea. But what we are saying is, what are the alternative methods of drying tea? Can you look at the alternative of solar? Can you look at maybe using cheaper motors?
When an industry becomes energy efficient, emissions are reduced and subsequently the environment is protected. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching UBC News, and that's what we had for you in this hour. Please do join us again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Chomdeshe. Please stay tuned for the Business Roundup with Wajulo McArnold.